It's a good thing she. And hello, everybody. It is Tom Chenault, and it's the Tom Chenault Show. I do hope you are having yourself one heck of a day. I have got a show for you today that is going to be epic because this guy is so fun and so funny. And I'm really kind of quite worried about him because not only does he have a sore toe, I found out during the pre-interview, he also has another couple of problems that I'll talk about after a while. But I completely expected him to be in one of those toe traction things, you know, where you have the string tied to your finger or your nose so you can elevate your toe, because those are quite serious injuries. And he's not. He's on here normally. And we've got Frazer Brookes today. It is going to be a phenomenal show. He's one of my favorite people in the world. He's he's at the top as far as trainers go. There's just not, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I trust him and I believe in him. And I want you to become a ninja. And he is the real deal. And he's young. He's engaged. So don't be hitting on him. He's an unbelievable son to his mother and father. He's an unbelievable brother to his brother. I love Frazer Brookes. How are you, Frazer?
Oh, well, I was doing good. But now I'm feeling flipping unstoppable. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. It's 11:07 over here in Europe. So it's a great day to be alive. So I'm telling you the future. I'm telling you, Tom, future.
Oh, yeah, you're in the future.
Yeah, so I'm in the future, man.
So what'd you do to your toe? How'd you hurt your toe?
Well, I had a fight with Chuck Norris.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I had a fight with Chuck Norris. Kicked a shark in the face. Jumped out of an airplane without. I ran past the door. I ran past the door frame. Little Pinky decided to go to Little Piggy went to market. I felt, when you feel like you stub your toe.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, and you look down, you're like, oh, my toe, that was so painful. And you look down and your little toe is pointing like east, right? Yeah. It's just pointing. That's what happened. So, I dislocated and broke my toe.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was real painful. And the funny thing was, I broke it, I dislocated it at 9:58. And at 10 a.m., 2 minutes after, I had to do a live interview. So yeah, that was really awkward. I was white as anything. It was awkward, but you know what? I'm back. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I'm working through it.
So how did that injury somehow tie to your testicle? I just asked a question.
Don't use those hand gestures, mate. You got to be careful when you're doing that. Honestly,
yeah.
So, like, I don't know about. I can't believe he did it. A week after, I was lying on the sofa. By the way, how PG do I have to be here? Because I can tell you the full story.
I want to hear it. It's horrible.
All right, so it's quite horrible. So I'm lying on the sofa, just like feeling sorry for myself, milking it. So Svetlana looks after me like even more than she already does, and I'm starting to get like an itch in my groin area. I'm thinking, oh, this is not right, this. And it didn't feel like a muscle. And I was thinking, it feels a bit tingly down there. So it's like...
It's not a muscle.
It's not a muscle. Well, sometimes, Tom,
Keep going.
So I ring the doctors and I say, hey, if you got a urologist department, I think I've got a bit of an issue. They were like, yeah, cool. So in my head, I'm thinking for 24 hours, I'm like, oh, what the hell is it? Like, come on, I hope it's not... You know what? I'm thinking the worst. I'm going back to my pre-network marketing days of being a negative Nancy, a negative Nelly, a neg ferret, whatever you want to do. Go to the urologist. My first thing is, do I want it to be a man or do I want it to be a woman? That was the first thing that was going through my mind. So anyway, I get this woman urologist. So I'm thinking like, I kind of hope she's not super hot because then it could be a little bit awkward. Tom, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
So she goes, okay, what's the problem? So I start explaining the problem and she goes, well, lie on the bed and take your trousers down. So I'm like a bit nervous and stuff. So I stand up and take my trousers down. She then laughs and I'm thinking, whoa, why are you laughing? Like, whoa, like, come on, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And she goes, no, lie on the bed and then take your trousers down. I was like, oh. So I take my trousers up, lie on the bed, take them down. She puts her gloves on, puts the lubrication on, has a little look, and she goes, good news, there's your testicles are healthy. So I'm lying down, my trousers are down, she's got the gloves on, and I go, oh, awesome, doc. Now, I'm like a really fun, friendly guy, so I go for the high five, and she looks at me, and she looks and kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to give you a high five. And I was, oh yeah, that's a little bit awkward, isn't it? So anyway, everything was fine. She checked my groin, and apparently I'd pulled my groin. It was nothing to do with the good old man part.
So it wasn't the toe. I thought like there was. So here's what I was afraid of that I didn't know about after 68 years, that there was some sort of tendon tied together to the deal. So I'm very happy about this because I know my toes are going to be okay. So this is all a great day. So I think I probably help. That's probably health advice that I'll get in trouble from the FDA or whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you something right now. There is no correlation between your testicle and your toe. So now we can go on. So how we doing? What's happening?
I feel the groin is feeling fantastic. The toe is strapped up. The doctor kind of said I shouldn't be working too hard and resting it. But on Thursday, I fly to Vegas, then Dallas, then Hawaii, then Australia, then home. So I'm kind of ignoring the advice. I'm not going to slow down just because of a little toe. So yeah, it's all fun and games, Tom. It's all fun and games. So
you're speaking everywhere, and your groups, your Facebook groups, everything you're doing is growing like a weed because you're real, you're relevant, and things are going exactly like you want them to go, right?
I'm just trying to be more like you. Your realness, your rawness, your relatability-ness. That's a new word we just invented just now. I think that's the key. Especially if you're going to be a public figure in terms of a social media figure that people look up to. I don't agree with being fake, of being a role model and being fake. I don't believe that the more money you make, the more of a role model you should be. I just think that the more real and authentic you are, I think the better. And that's just me. My principles, my philosophies are that my kind of golden rule is be honest to yourself and other people. Be humble always, and be hungry to help more people win. Those are my kind of 3 H principles that I've kind of grown up on really the last 20 odd years. I just try and do more of that. I just believe in that big time, and I believe everyone.
Let's talk about that for a second, because you know what, I'm in the same boat, and I think everybody here is in the same boat. I see Sean Murphy on here. I see Pamela Schwartz commenting a lot of sons of dads and a lot of fathers of children. And this is legacy business. This is serious legacy business. And I know you live your life to have your dad be extremely proud of you, your mom be extremely proud of you. And when you ultimately do have children, your children extremely proud of you. And that's kind of what should be the litmus test in this business. Because I'll tell you one thing right now, your kids see you 24/7. You see your kids 24/7. And it's important stuff that you are your word, you have integrity when people are looking at you and when they're not, right?
Right. I mean, one of the first, I mean, I don't have kids, as you say, but I can imagine if you are a parent that true ultimate success is the moment that your kid comes to you and says, Mom or Dad, I just want to let you know that like you're my hero. And I personally think that is true success. It's not related to money. It's not related to fortune. It's not related to fame. It's just related to being someone who your kid looks up to. I think network marketing gives you the best chance at that being possible. Because when I always growing up, as I saw my mum and dad walking across the stage, picking up awards and winning things and getting big checks, I always looked at them and being like, wow, they're like rock stars, but they can walk down the street and no one's going to stop them for their autograph. Like, wow, I want that feeling, but you know what? I can't do it. I'll never do it. And the moment that I became a network marketer and realized how tough it actually was and realized the success that they had was the moment that I thought, like, they're actually unbelievable human beings to be able to have achieved whatever they've achieved. So I think that's the key. I think that's what success is, in my opinion. And one day I believe if my parents are my heroes, I can be heroes to someone else.
You are heroes to somebody else, but I'm not going to let you off the hook on that. Speak a little bit into what an impact your parents, their values, the way they lived their life, the way they live their life today, inside of incredible circumstance, they still haven't wavered. Talk about that a little bit. We've got about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be honest with you, it's their actions. I think one of the biggest lessons I ever learned in my life, and it always will be, is my mum bringing the meat at the dinner table. So Sunday dinners, we always ate as a family, always around the table. My mum would bring the plate and she would put it down in front of us in the middle of the table and say, "Don't touch the plate. It's piping hot." And me and my brother would look at each other and go, "Hang on a minute. Mum's touching it. Why can't we?" So we would literally dare each other to press the hot plate. And as soon as we touched the hot plate, our fingers would get burnt. But what I learned, that lesson, that was probably one of the most important lessons I've learned for a long, long, long time, was people don't do what they're told. People do what they see other people doing.
Yeah.
And I saw my mum and dad do that time after time. Like, "Don't touch the plate." "Well, you're touching it, so why can't I?" Okay, I should have listened to you, but you're doing it, so I'm going to keep doing what you're doing. The other lesson really was from my grandmother. And she taught us, listen, if you don't finish your dinner, you are not going to be able to have dessert. If you don't finish, and if you don't finish your broccoli, you're going to have it for breakfast until you have your Weetabix or until you have your porridge. And it taught me and my brother, you have to finish what you start before you move on. Don't be a quitter. So I learned those two things. People do what they see other people doing, but don't quit things that you start. Always finish what you start. And those are just two lessons I learned as a kid. And I think as parents, people can do a better job of teaching those basic principles that have a knock-on effect over the years. My grandmother didn't teach me that. I think I'd be a quitter, but I'm not because of her.
And you jumped in the same game that you grew up watching your parents do. And not only that, you've elevated it to another new level. They should be unbelievably proud of you and happy about that. And I am. And I can hardly wait. I'm coming actually to visit you when?
16th and 17th of November. We're going to have you on the stage
with my wife.
The UK. Is it the first? Yes, which we actually invited Tom just so we could get Denise. That's actually the reason why we invited Tom, because we just want to see her awesomeness on the stage.
And I'm going to get to meet you. I'm going to get to meet your obvious significant other. I'm also going to get to meet your mom, your dad, hopefully your brother Corbin. It is going to be an unbelievable time. And any of you that can get to Europe outside of London and go to this thing, you need to. I mean, it's worth a vacation, wrapping a vacation in the US. It's going to be one of the largest network marketing events ever in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going for the big one. We've got 1,460 people booked to come. The record is by Sir Eric Worre. I think we should probably call him now.
Yeah.
At 1,500, so we need to get 1,501. So I'm happy for you to be the 1,501st person, Tom.
Okay, it's done. It's done. It'll be done by today. We're going to put a link in the comments. And then once I see it, I'll read it on the air for the radio, because the radio show goes all over Europe and all over the world. So that'll be fine. We're coming back right after this on the Tom Chenault Show on the Genesis Communication Network. Stick around. And we're back. And we got Adrian Chenault with us. Can you say hi to Frazer?
Hi, Frazer.
Frazer the Brooks.
Frazer the Brooks.
Looking dapper, my man. How are you?
I'm really good, man. How are you?
Yeah, mate. I saw a video of you. I think it was a Contact Mapping Live, actually. About you were telling stories and sharing stories about people you'd been interviewing or mapping at the Ray Higdon event. So that was flipping awesome. I love that. I've never seen anyone do that before, which I thought was really good.
Thank you so much. I wish I could take credit, but Sean Murphy was the one with the idea. But it was so fun because you meet so many. It's incredible. It stinks to not get to be in the room much when we do these things, but you meet the most incredible people, and just hearing all those stories. We had 300 people come and get a demo, which means that we interview them and learn their story for 3 minutes, and then we show them kind of how it works. And it was just it was really cool.
Only 20 registered for contact mapping because we did such a terrible job talking to them about their lives. We forgot to talk to them about contact mapping because we suck so bad because we're terrible salesmen, but we're unbelievable interviewers and interested in people, right?
We're good at learning people's lives.
Would you please train us, Ray, or I was going to say Corbin. His name's not Corbin. What's his name? Frazer. And so how's your wife, Sveltana? Oh, that's his girlfriend and fiance.
Sultana.
How do you say her name? I can't even say it.
Sultana is a raisin.
Yeah, it's a raisin. Svetlana.
All right,
I can't even nail it. I can't even get it right, man.
Contact mapping. I just don't have phonetics in there. It's unbelievable. That's right.
You can't even. I don't even know how you phonetic her name. It's tough. It's tough, man. Oh, nice background.
Dude, that's so funny. I hadn't seen our background until just now.
What does it say?
We went really subtle today.
Oh no, we're not. We did not do advertising. There is nothing. We have got a new guy that is so good. This guy, Jason Kohler, he can do anything. Yeah, he's in there trying to Google pictures of toes and testicles right now.
Oh no, come on.
The next segment.
You do not want to see your retargeting ads after Googling that.
It is so fun. But we have a blast. And you know what? We get to know people. And we get to know people and remember people, and everything we find out about people is stuff you can't find, obviously, with the way we opened up the show. That's not on Facebook. So that's it. That's contact mapping. That's what it's all about, right? Is talking about things that's not out there in the public.
Yeah.
And then I bring it out in the public.
Don't bring it out.
And the other thing, so I met with somebody who is who's part of a big networking organization today, and they're bringing us in to speak to a big group that they're putting together in January, and it's a young professionals group, and so it's talking about how do we speak to the next generation of people coming out of university, coming out of college, wanting to figure out how to set themselves up for a great career, and how do you help them? And so I was describing what we do, and she's like, but isn't, if your app just told you to call me and you call me, is that okay? Am I overtime?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
We started a minute late.
Okay, perfect. So it doesn't that just defeat the whole purpose? And what I said to that is, it does if you're just a robot and you go, hello, Frazer, my app told me to call you today.
Oh, it's horrible.
But if you're a real person, then the fact that I cared enough to put you in my phone and remember your story, that is caring. That is the definition of caring, because we're all too busy. And so we have to prioritize and structure our lives to do the things that matter.
Good boy, you're out of here.
Love that. Nailed it. Mic drop.
And we're back. It's Tom Chenault and it's Adrian Chenault. And we are on the Tom Chenault Show. Hopefully you're having an unbelievable day. Our guest today is the one and only Frazer Horn, live from Frankfurt, Germany. I just looked and I can fly over there at the drop of a hat. So if you ever need anybody to hold half of that equation, meaning your toe, I would be more than happy to fly over there and take care of you. The other part of that equation is somebody else's business, completely, Frazer, but I do love you, and I am going to milk this conversation till the cows come home. It is even well thought out. So I love you.
Careful.
So Frazer, training network marketers.
Yeah.
They are an absolute longing for leadership, for knowledge, for everything that you've got. And I see that I just got an email from you a couple of days ago that you are doing all kinds of chat bot conversations. You're talking more about groups. You're talking about where it's all headed while everybody else is basically playing catch up. And I love that about you, and talk about that a little bit. Where do these people need to be going in order to stay on the leading edge of network marketing?
To be honest with you, Tom, I'm a great believer in, I love acronyms. Like if you could turn like your name into an acronym, like you will literally win this year's award for best human being in my books. Although you're close, you're up there, but the testicle talk and stuff, you really dropped me in it. So you've gone from first to maybe second, maybe second. We'll go maybe third. No, third, because two with that. Yeah. Anyway.
There's two testicles.
Yeah. Two. Well, that's it, right? So you're now third, right? So just drop it in. Denise is first. Denise's first. So, and Adrian, of course, they joint first. Anyway, for me, it's about feeling. And I love acronyms. And for me, leadership is all about the word FAR. So FAR, the F is for feeling, the A is for action, and the R is for result. If you get someone feeling good about themselves and feeling good about their product and feeling good about their business and feeling good about the relationships they have and feeling good about the people that they're surrounded with, they'll take action. They'll take action. And if they take action, as you know, they'll get the results. But a lot of people in network marketing, they just don't feel good about the business. They don't feel good about the business. They don't feel good about who they're surrounded with. They don't feel good about their products. They don't feel good about what they're doing. They just don't feel good. And a lot of the training that I do, whether it's innovative stuff or things that people know about, it's always to get them fired up. It's always to make them feel like they can conquer anything. And my philosophy, the number one quote that always comes to mind for whatever I do is make everyone feel like a someone. And if I can get that feeling, if I can make someone feel like a flipping superhero, then I know they're going to get the feeling of feeling like a superhero, and I know they're going to want to impress me by taking action. And you recently spoke on a stage, both of you guys, in Australia, that me and Rob Sperry did, and you said something, and it basically took 3 pages of notes, and it was fire your on the first page. On the second page was head, fire your head, then hire your heart. It was 3 pages in my notes. And to be honest with you, I could have finished the event after you said that, because that is one of those things that I just stood up at the back and I was like, to clap, like, yes, well done, sir. Like, congratulations. That was flipping awesome, because a lot of people in the coaching space, it's eliminating the overthinking and making them feel good. Regardless what the training is, just eliminate the overthinking and make them feel good. And that's my goal. That's what I believe I've been called to do on this planet, and from the coaching perspective. And that's what I'll just continue to do day in, day out. Because more people have the power within to make a significant life for themselves and for other people. And yeah, it all starts with how they feel.
What I love about you is you're funny, you're alive, you're animated, and you're information, and you're never not learning, but you're staying inside of the fundamentals of network marketing, showing people how to do the basics better and with more velocity. And most people miss that. And what they also miss is the success that you were as a network marketer going into becoming an unbelievable trainer. And what they don't understand is that your goal is to be the best trainer ever in network marketing. You've publicly stated that, to be among the Jim Rohns of the world. And that takes some real guts to state it. And it takes real courage to be it every day and never compromise that goal to make yourself something bigger than life. And I applaud you for that, man.
I appreciate that. It's someone asked me about 2 years ago, said, Frazer, what's your goal? And I answered it, and I felt, as soon as I answered the question, I felt disgusted with myself. It was a selfish goal. It was a short-term goal. And I thought about it, and I got I'm a big fan of whiteboards. Like, this might be the actual reason why I had problems with my testicle. I don't know. Sometimes I love it a little bit too much.
Stretch.
Yeah, there we go. Stretch. There we go. I set that down and I thought, okay, what's my ultimate goal? And I looked at the greats, and the greats in my eyes are Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar. Like, those are the 2 people who I always think about as a kid when I was listening to their cassette tapes. And it stuck with me, this, like, someone random, I don't even know the person. It was, please turn over to side B for more from Jim Rohn. And I can't get that voice out of my head. And I remember sitting there and going, you know what? I want to be as white and as old and as gray as Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar were when they did their last presentation. And I want to be able to look and go, see that video? I was 27 years old in that video, and I'm still teaching people what I was teaching people back then today.
That makes me happy.
And that's just long term. Long term makes me happy, and long term is I'm here to stay. People will quit on me before I ever quit on them.
Amen to that. Let's take a break. We're going to come back right after this. We're in the Genesis Communication Network with Adrian Chenault, Frazer Brookes, and me. We'll be right back. And we're back. We did it. Contactmapping.com. I forgot to say that last time.
That's all right.
That's
I
okay.
think we had a plenty big logo behind us to remind everybody, so it is all good.
Man alive, I don't know how you remembered to say that. We never ever really say it very much.
Man,
So-
you've got it. Like that's. Oh snap!
Yeah.
Snap.
There's one of those coming your way in November, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, how do I? So people watch. Some people watching and coming to the event, but how do I tell people about contact mapping at the event?
Yeah. So if at the event you want to, so we'll get you all set up. We're gonna have some fun with contact mapping at the event. And if you want one of those shirts, you can go to contactmapping.com/swag, SWAG, and grab one of those. But yeah, let's have some fun around your big event, and maybe we can even come up with some kind of fun contest or giveaway or something for all of your audience if they are there at the event or watching on the live stream. That'd be really fun.
Message me.
We know Haley Hobson's not watching the show because she's calling me right now.
Oh, that's her.
Oh,
This is
Haley.
ridiculous.
Haley
Haley Hobson on my list.
calendar
I know
every
it.
week.
And like yesterday, my Instagram account looked so bad, and here comes my wife. Oh, you need to look at Frazer's Instagram account. You need to look at Haley's Instagram account. So I'm going through all these Instagram accounts, looking at everybody that are professionals. I
Your
just
wife
need
knows.
trained. I am a dinosaur, and I need trained. It's that simple.
Your wife knows, man. Listen to her.
She does.
Smart.
I think you should just change your handle to Nose Hair Shots of Tom.
Nose hair shots. Yeah, you know what I ought to
It's just
do?
truth in advertising.
That's
all.
exactly right. Oh, I forgot about Frazer. Frazer's wondering why I am busting his balls. And it's because he called me out on a Facebook Live one time for when you turn 60, I am telling you, things stop growing in some areas and start growing in others. And I'm telling you, it is a bad balance. And I am going to tell you one thing right now. You can't believe it. My wife, she goes crazy. She mentioned my nose hairs today. And I'm telling you what, I have like a trimmer, I have a pruner, I have the whole shot. You just can't keep up with them.
You need a head trimmer.
I'm going to Lowe's. It's terrible. I know.
What have we done? What have we done? We've set the
camera
tone.
up here instead of down here. You would make your life just a little easier.
I know, that's right. That's
a pro
good.
tip.
Well, how about Brooke? Richard Brooke calls me a couple minutes ago, and I'm getting ready for the show from the bathtub, and he calls me on FaceTime Live, of course. So he's in the bathtub, and then he looks over at his wife. He goes, I can't believe he answers the phone while he's in the bathtub, which I say to him, why did you call me when I was in the bathtub? So I think it's a two-way street, but anyway,
Yeah, but
we
it's
had
not-
a phone down there, and I'm sure I had nose hairs.
Yeah, but it's not fair. It's not fair though, because I think the first time I had a call with him on video, behind him was a golf course, a sunset, the ocean, surfers, white sand. I was like, come on, man, this is not fair. Like I'm in grey, rainy Europe.
Yeah, we can do that easily. Yeah.
If you get one of those up in the next 10 seconds, Marianne, you get a big bonus.
So here's the thing I want to ask you guys.
A what? A what?
$10 a month to own your life on contact mapping. I am telling you, I am better at follow-up, I'm good at interviewing. I'm great at documenting. I am phenomenal at follow-up. And I've done okay in my life being the hot mess that I am. Why on earth? And I'm relevant. There's all kinds of people posting on Facebook today. In fact, I just countered it, that they're all getting old and wrinkled and fat and not relevant anymore. And I truly, because of contact mapping, because I am everybody's go-to guy for everything, I can promise you all one thing, I'm more relevant than ever before. And if you want to stay relevant, as a kid, as a mid-adult, as a medium adult, or as an old guy like me, you document everybody all your life. And you remember them, you are going to own the world as you hit this sunset of supposed old age at age 65 or whatever time people think they're getting old. And I'm telling you what, I don't feel like I need to retire to an lazy boy chair because I feel better about myself and my life than I ever have. Because I know more people and I know more and I can help more people.
Yeah.
Love that.
All because of your app.
It's pretty awesome.
You're a phenomenal kid. I feel like I've known you all your life.
Contactmapping.com.
We got to go back. And we're back. We are here for another long segment with our buddy Frazer Brooks. I forgot, Mike. So here's the deal.
That's
Frazer
two.
Horn was a
That's
friend of mine from Vail, Colorado, in my stock brokerage days 30 years ago. So they say that what happens to you is your short-term memory goes away and your long-term memory, or vice versa, one or the other. Whatever it is, I just mentioned Frazer Horn's name and he's probably dead by now. Back to Frazer Brookes. How are you? FrazerBrookes.com.
You're number four. You're number 4 on the list now, Tom.
God.
You're just dropping. You know what? Only top 3 get Christmas cards from me as well. So
Right.
you've just lost out on the Christmas
up
card.
one time now because of that. Oh no, Svetlana.
There we go.
Did it?
Oh!
Got it.
Third and a half now, mate. Third and a half.
Fourth place, you're fired. So you gotta get to work.
And they just posted the Success Summit.info on Facebook. So you guys need to go to successsummit.info. That's Frazer's event in England in November, and you need to register for it. And I know Danny Clark told me he's going with his wife and he has 9 kids. So you make sure, because that's 11 to the number. We need to beat Eric's record. So we've got to get a lot of people to register over the next couple of weeks. So you've got to go tell your friends, those of you in England, in Amsterdam, in Italy, all those close, in France, all those close places. Are those close, by the way?
Those are all, you're all,
Yes.
well
All right.
done.
Amsterdam, Italy, and France. Good selection, Tom. Yeah, good. That's a good selection. I like that. Big
Thank
fan.
Thank you.
Well done.
And what is the focus of the event? What's it going to be like? What's it going to be about?
I am going to bet you a Coca-Cola sweet that it will be the most absorbing event you've ever been to in your entire career.
Good.
And what I mean by that is, for me, I think there's three ways of learning. There's sitting on your seat and just listening and being like, wow, that's great. There's the second way is them making notes and like, yeah, this is great. And the third way is them being like, feeling every single word and every single moment and bingo moment
Good.
through their entire body. That's what they're gonna get. And if I don't win that Coca-Cola sweetie bet, then I have not done my job. I'm big on energy. I don't want anyone falling asleep. If they do, they get a tap on the shoulder and they get kicked out. No, they don't really. It's a lot of fun. It's fun. It's engaging. There's the people who speak on stage are real, relatable, raw. Exactly why we're having you come. Yeah, it's just fun, man. It's just a good time. It's a good celebration of the industry.
I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. And I have been putting this together and we've done a few things around it. And everything I have, by the way, so you know it, I've stolen from somebody. So don't ever think I've got an original thought, but I'm very, very good at universally cobbling it together, as in part because of Sean Murphy's notes and making it look like it's mine. And I have got something I am going to roll out at Frazer's event that I believe is going to change the world. Just my little 5 minutes. So just know that and know that it's going to be powerful. And what he's going to do is be 100 times more powerful than that. And it's going to rip your face off. Is Sperry coming?
Sperry's there. Sperry's there.
That's
Yeah.
good news.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It's I just love it. I just love being able to give back. I love being able to celebrate. I love being able to make people think, you know what, I can do this. Not just because of the information they get, but the people they see speaking. And a lot of the in fact, 70-something% of the speakers this year were people who were at the second event I did. This is the first event of it. The 70% of speakers are people who came to the second event and who have had progression in their business. So I want to showcase those people and be like, you know what? They were in the same seat as you were last year, and now they're on stage. You can do it too. That for me is huge.
Wow. That is brilliant, and what a cool testament to the impact that you're having to get to showcase all those success stories.
I appreciate that, man.
It's about the people. It's not about the wristwatches or the Maseratis or the Ferraris. Those things are wonderful, but they're byproducts of the people that you become and the people that you help and the people that you bring up with you along the way. And that is Frazer's core message. And that's why he wins it every time, right?
It's the key. Make people feel good, make people feel unstoppable, be a giver. And you know, like the conversations that you've got and the connections that I've heard conversations that you've had with people, and I'm thinking, no, this must be like audio photoshopped or something. I'm like, nah, there's no way this guy knows this person. Not just knows someone, but like knows him. Like he's not just contact mapped someone. He's actually like literally like this guy is asking Tom for advice, and I'm thinking like, hang on a minute, like Tom's not even in that industry. How does? But when you're the most connected person on the planet, people want to be your friend. Genuinely, and I just think you've got that skill. And one thing I've learned about the coaching space is people love people who teach people that they can clearly visibly see that they actually do what they're teaching. And there's a lot of I'll be polite with the word I use, there's a lot of rubbish out there that people are just training just for the sake of training, and there's a lot of people who are training based on methods that they've seen work for them over the years long term. And I'm just grateful that you're one of the good guys. Well, one of the great guys, and now you've moved into my top 3. Let you know.
And in the short list of real strong people out there is truly short. And all of you, I mean, I talk about Frazer, I talk about Rob Sperry, I talk about Eric, I talk about Ray, and I talk about Mark J. And I'm going to, Todd Falcone. But at the end of the day, it isn't a long list of people that I can send my people to, knowing that I can sleep with when the wind blows for 2 reasons. One, they didn't get recruited into some other deal. Richard Brooks, another one I love. And I also want to say about them is that they aren't posers. They're telling you the truth from experience, not some formula they made up to try to figure a way to get your money. And that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing, Frazer. I love you for that.
And I appreciate that. It's important. I think for me, it's impact over income. It's passion over products. It's mission over commission. It's just for me that it's just important. Long term is going to be mission. Short term's commission. Like that's just me. There's the doubters out there, the people out there who respond to my Facebook ads and my posts and like, oh my God, he's just another one of these, snake skin oil salesman or whatever it's called. I don't even know what they call it.
No, I'm not.
I'm like, I know, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a testicle specialist. Now I am. I've read that much about it. It's an interesting world out there. But no, I appreciate you. I really, really do. I've learned so much from you guys over it feels like it's been forever, but it's actually only been a short time that we've been connected. But I've learned so much, and you guys have really validated for me the strength of depth of connection. Really have.
I'll never forget when I asked Eric, I said, who do you think the most relevant people are? And he said, Frazer Brookes and Ray Higdon. I mean, here's a guy that didn't have to say that, but said that and said, you need to reach out to this guy. And you were in Germany. For me, I had no idea where Germany even was. And so I had to figure out time zones and all kinds of stuff to stalk you. And I finally got a response from you and fell in love with you. But what I love is there is so much room at the top of this profession, and so little or no professional jealousy where people think that they have to kill off the other guy in order to be better. I love the fact that all of you guys are really doing all you can to elevate the profession. I do that inside of the ANMP. And Gordon Hester, the reason I'm segueing into this, said something to me very profound. He's a thought leader in network marketing at the DSA. He's been with consulting for over 30 years. And he said, you can tell when a company gets into decline when they stop making their number one asset their field, and they start thinking it's something else. And that's the same thing with network marketing leaders and network marketing coaches and trainers. When you start remembering that littlest person in the seats is when you stay in the game and you stay really, really good at your game. And thank you for being that guy, because I'll tell you, it's important. And Armand Payat, I think you know who he is, the guy from Vita Divina. I love the way he's that way. I love the way Sean Murphy is that way. I love the way that Al Bala is that way. These guys are out there going to literally every event to soak up more knowledge to give to their field. And I respect the heck out of that.
Yeah, I am. I don't know if I could share it on here. I don't know if we're going to have enough time for it, but I'm a big believer in compete with yourself, collaborate with others. And I actually think we have together collectively, everyone has done an incredible job of raising the value in network marketing. However, the next phase is for us to start to eliminate the cowboys. I don't like belittling people, but if we have to, I can talk about it in a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are making us all look bad for the industry, and together we need to eradicate that as best we can.
I'm on the board of the ANMP, and that's not their role. And people think that they should be the ones calling out those guys. Troy Dooley's doing a good job of that, along with Kevin Thompson and also Tony Canuli. And they've actually got a website out there. But you're 100% right. It's a very slippery slope because of libel and slander here in the U.S. especially. You're going to get your feet I think behind MLM.com does a good job of trying to keep those cowboys at bay. And that's important stuff. And I appreciate you saying that, because it's tough enough because so many people fail in network marketing and blame network marketing. To have people actually going in there and screwing it up on purpose to make what's bad even worse is a terrible idea. So thank you for saying that, Frazer.
No, it sometimes needs to be said. And a lot of people harming the industry, it's not their fault, it's how they're trained. So there's actually not very many people who are teaching the wrong things. And I just believe, like Bill Gates went on a mission to try and eradicate polio, not saying it's the same thing, but in our industry, it kind of is. And if we cut it out as an industry collectively, if someone just messages them saying, "Hey, I used to be in your company. I didn't succeed at all, but like now I'm with another company and it's way better than your company." If people are just taught, hey, if someone sends you that message, just to say, "Do you think this is a respectful way to build a business?" And let them think about it. That's it. Let them think about it. And one person at a time, we make people support each other in network marketing, and we fight against the outside people trying to destroy us instead of people inside. I'm done with the fighting inside. We're
going to take a break right now. We're coming back right after this. I want to talk about Richard Brooks' comments about the art of network marketing on the other side. So remind me, we'll be right back. And hello, we're right back. And we're at the commercial. Jennifer Vlasic, we love you. Jordan Adler, so happy to see he got in a helicopter crash, and here the guy is on watch. Did you know that?
No. Is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's fine, but scared the crud out of him. Yeah,
oh my days.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And
he's good. He's good. He's all right.
Yeah, he's good. And that woman named Emma, you got a fan in that woman named Emma. She's commenting like a mad woman. And so all of you people on here, Sean, Pamela, thank you for watching this show. It is Danny Clark. I mentioned you. Just thank you. It's so important. We wouldn't do this show if we didn't think we were making a difference. And
right.
So talk about contact mapping again. You paid a lot of money for this ad. Where's Frazer's book and stuff? I thought we had
right here.
It's behind here.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we plug this in on the latter part of the show. We'll plug it now too. Look at that. Look at that contact mapping.
Okay. That sexy beast.
Okay, you buy one of these and you prove to me you bought one, I'll send you another one for free.
Oh, hello.
So you buy one of these and prove to me you bought it, I'll send you one for free. So just remember that. That's how much I love this book.
United States.
In the United States. Oh yeah, Emma, I don't know where you live, baby cakes, but we're not going through this again. Plus Marianne, our great producer, guess what she did? She decides to turn back Frazer's package because she didn't recognize who it was from, and she thought it was like a letter bomb or something. So she sent it all the way back to Europe again. So I had to pay double. She thought it was anthrax or something, like a big box of anthrax. So we sent it all the way back to England. And Frazer goes, "It's not anthrax." He writes another thing, and it comes all the way back for another $500 worth of shipping. So I'm sending you like a $250 book for free because I love Frazer so much. So yeah, that's it. It's an unbelievable book. Unbelievable book.
It is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Unbelievable book.
My staff was so gutted. They were like, "Oh, they didn't want the books. They sent it back." And I was like, "Whoa, no. They want the books." But something happened, right? It was a shame.
Well, she does field off a lot of mail bombs.
Oh yeah, she's always dealing with it. God, somebody stole my data the other day and started selling all kinds of stuff.
It's terrible.
It's a nightmare, man. It goes with it's the price of no fame. So
she's awesome, right?
Unbelievable.
She is awesome.
There it is.
You're talking about me, and I'm like right here. I can hear you.
Whatever you do, don't turn your camera on. That's unbelievable. All right. Oh, I forgot she was in the other room. She's actually here.
Oh, that's right. She's right. She's just over there producing the show.
Okay, so talk about contact mapping. So you got about
like
30 seconds. .com.
So, contact mapping will help you to not have people want to send you mail bombs because they will love you.
Yeah.
Go to contactmapping.com.
There's no way on earth that anybody's going to want to do anything mean to you if they know you and you truly know them. So get related with people. That's all this thing does. It teaches you to document them. It teaches you to interview them. It teaches you to follow them up better than you ever have in your life. It's $10 a month. It's absolutely dirt cheap. And you, and I am for sure a living proof of this because I've been without it for like one day and I actually can't live my life without it. That's how on top of it I am. It's crazy. Right. All right, let's come back. And we're back for the final segment of the show with the great Frazer Brookes. He did not bring his fiancee, Svetlana. Golly, I blew it again. And
no, you nailed that. You actually nailed that.
I love her and I love him and I can't wait to see him. And you've got to go to his event over in England if you can. But no matter what, you want to go to FrazerBrookes.com and you want to get on his website and you want to go buy one of his books, prove it to you, and we'll send you another one for free. We are all about this guy. He has got our good housekeeping seal. And let's get back to him. Here's what I heard from Richard Brooke on a tremendous live the other day. He said that everybody's in love with their product. Everybody's in love with their company. Everybody's in love with their comp plan, but they forgot to stay in love with the art of network marketing and the network marketing model. So they're all figuring out ways to say network marketing without specifically stating that they are huge fans of the model. And I think that's the kiss of death. What about you, Frazer? I mean, you stand tall and proud. You're a network marketer. How important is that?
I love it. I think it's the industry for people. I had a message from someone today, Tom, like probably about an hour ago, before I jumped on this live saying, hey, Frazer, I want to be an entrepreneur. What's my first step? And my answer was start network marketing. That was it. I was like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, start network marketing, whether it's a platform for you for other things or whether you fall in love with it so much that it ends up being the thing that you do and it kind of defines the person who you are. The skills that you can learn, it is the best university ever. And it will pay you as well. I just think people need to be proud of network marketing like they're proud of their kids. I genuinely, I know it sounds crazy, but I just genuinely believe that because if I look at the impact that you guys have had and the relationships that you guys have had, a lot of that stemmed from network marketing, and relationships are the key to progression and the key to long-term happiness. And network marketing, you just automatically get a bunch of awesome relationships. The first event you go to, you walk in the door, there's 200 people there, bang, you've got 200 people fans of you straight away, done, right? You walk into your job and there's 200 people you work with, you've got 200 people who hate you straight away because you're competition to get the next promotion. So it's environment, energy, and element. You get in the right environment to get the good energy, and then you find what your element is. I always remember my brother is one of those people. You go into the pub and he's the person who's like, all right, lads, like, can I buy you a beer? Like, yeah. And you can see he is in his element. Like, he loves being around other people. And people should do more of what they do. As long as it's a healthy activity and it's not breaking any laws, people should do more of what gets them in their element. And I think network marketing is a way for you to find that.
So if somebody's contemplating joining your ninja groups or anything you're doing, give me your 1 minute pitch on why they should join you versus all the other people out there.
If you like the sound of my voice, that's all you're going to need. People say it to me, Frazer, I could listen to you all day. Yeah. I'm slightly different. I understand the importance of pattern interrupts. I've not done a single training in my entire life where I haven't made someone laugh. And for me, laughter is the key to learning, because if you laugh, you don't forget why you laugh. And when you laugh so hard, if you go and watch a comedy show and you belly laugh so hard, you will tell your friends, oh my God, you should have heard Kevin Hart.
Maybe that's what happened to your ball.
Singular ball. Oh my God. That is that was a good one. Number two. You can rank up. Adrian, sorry, you're third now, mate. I don't know how you got demoted on that one.
This
Back
is
to number 4.
I can't take it.
Right. No, but for me, it's I want to make people feel good, not just learning, because I want to make them feel good, and laughter usually is what makes me feel good, and I believe other people are the same thing. So start with the book, get the book, make sure you tell Tom so he can sort you out the $250 book, and it's start there. If you like it and you want more, then it's something you can do. But I just believe free content, book, courses, events, mentorship. That's the kind of like value that people should go up if they want to invest more.
Yeah, and what's cool is Marianne just put my phone number in the comments, and she said, send a selfie with you with the book, and Tom will do that. And I think that's a great idea.
No nose hairs.
For those on the radio that are listening, 720-840-7222 is my phone number, which is very odd that I would put that out. But who I am is contact mapping. Who I am is network marketing. Who I am is the very thing that this book absolutely talks about. And I want to be that leader that stays in the game every day. And the way that I stay in the game every day is staying on the phone and staying plugged in, just like Frazer Brookes does. So yeah, I'll send you a book for sure. I won't do it, but there's about 14 people here that are just absolutely cringing because they're going to be sending books for the next week. But at the end of the day, we're happy about that because it's going to make you better. And our job is making you better. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. And it really, I can't speak highly enough about Frazer's book. He's a great storyteller. You're able, you get insight of who he is, and you learn what he did to be successful and how you can do those same things along the way. And it's an easy read, and it's easy to put into action. And truly, Frazer, I think back on your book, I read it right after the event. I bought one at the conference in Australia in March, and I still think about it on a weekly basis. So it has stuck with me, and I think it's because of the way you tell stories.
I appreciate that, man. I remember you sending me a photo. I think you were on a plane from Sydney.
Yeah.
I think you were traveling from Sydney, and you were like, hey, I'm going to read this on the plane. I was like, good luck, because that's going to be an hour and a half of your 10-hour flight, because it's not a long book. So you might want to read it 5 or 6 times, mate. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. And it's, you know what? It was a lot of fun actually going through the process, and it's been, I'm looking at the book now, and it has my name on it, and it's just crazy. But on the first page of the book, I dedicate it to my mum and dad. And I say to my mum and dad, I love you. You're my heroes. And as I said at the beginning of this talk, it was, I think that's the goal. There's someone to come up to you and say, you're my hero. For the fact that you actually did something in your life, whether you're kids or other people, the fact that you did something in your life that other people will remember you by and pass your name on, that's just, yeah, you've got to do. And you don't get that by being, I can't even use the right word. You can't get a good name for yourself by being an idiot. Yeah, you've got to be a person of value.
All right, let's get out of here. We have no idea who our guest is going to be next week, but be sure to tune in. And this is Tom Chenault, Adrian Chenault, and golly nuts, I love Frazer Brookes. And please, 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 please go to FrazerBrookes.com. Get plugged in with the guy. We'll see you all next week.
See you guys.
And we're back. No, don't you hang up. You cannot believe the unbelievable picture that Sean Murphy just sent me of you with his book. I mean, his book with you, it is so bad I can't even turn my phone around.
Oh, you've got to do it now.
That is inappropriate. You can't
he's awesome.
send me those pictures. I cannot believe it.
I've heard that like he's the world's greatest note taker.
No question.
Is it a myth or not?
It's the greatest. And he got so mad at me because here's what's happened. I'm at Ray, at Taylor and what's the other guy's name? Larry Thompson's.
Larry.
And I am in the back, and there is a woman next to me who is very nice. So I'm kind of mesmerized with talking to her the whole time, right? And I'm not taking very good notes, when I'm not talking to her, I'm thinking about talking to her. So I'm taking terrible notes. And all of a sudden, like halfway through it, I realized I have like not taken any notes. And I normally take incredible notes, or Denise is with me and I steal her incredible notes. So I'm going, oh my God, I got to figure this out. So I go sit down with him and Al Bala and we have a chat. And it's clear that Sean has actually taken far better notes. So I waited till the break and I went upstairs to see if he was taking great notes. And it turns out he had like 17 pages of the greatest notes you've ever seen. So I just snapped a picture of all 17 pages of his notes and wrote him a very nice thank you note telling him thank you. And he thought later that I had thanked him for being such an extraordinary human being. He didn't realize that was a confession by me. And I got his notes and they were unbelievable. So we just left. And I told you I wasn't inside at Higdon's deal, but it was like having a stenographer. So I bought, and Sean will tell you this, if he's still here, I think he fell asleep. Sean will tell you this actually like right now that how many meals did I buy you, Sean? We're off the air. So we're just talking. I bought him like 9 meals. And the only reason I did that, I never even inferred he should pick up the tab, was to try to get him to say, hey, Tom, I'm going to send you my notes, which after like the 34th meal and like 19 desserts, he finally said, Tom, I'm going to send you the notes, which I have yet to see.
Oh, he should send you a fax. Do you still have a fax machine?
Oh, I have a fax machine. Yeah, there's a fax.
Oh, get that fax sent. Oh, yeah. I want to see that is it an active fax?
Huh? Oh yeah, it's an unbelievable fax. And
it's active.
It's a fax. I'll never forget David Bowman. One time you knew him.
Yeah.
I called him screensaver because when I was a stockbroker with him, he used to play like he was cold calling and he wasn't calling anybody, but he didn't want anybody to know it. So he taped a phone to his head and fell asleep and didn't think he was going to get caught. And that was hilarious. He was one of my dear friends, wasn't he? Forever. And yeah, nobody's going to notice, Dave, that you're asleep with a phone taped to your head. But anyway, one time, so he faxes for me all day long. And I get like 40 calls the next day going, why'd you fax me a blank piece of paper? And Bowman faxed them all upside down for a whole day. Like 900. It was unbelievable. Oh, yeah, Sean is awake or somebody woke him up. It's unbelievable. He mailed them.
You gotta love those note sharers. Gotta love those note sharers.
But you guys have fun with it. And you hit the nail on the head with humor. You know, that's how you teach. But over and above the humor is having nothing but fun. You have no boss except yourself. And you've got to have integrity. You can't be out there. In fact, Sean thought somebody was cheating on their husband. And he's a man of such integrity. He was like indignant about it. I mean, it was so funny watching him because I saw the level of his integrity. And it really, really made me respect him even more. And all of you, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that in network marketing. You don't think you're going to get caught, and you always get caught. Eric Worre hit the nail on the head. 100% of the time you're going to get caught. So if you're going to be up to hanky-panky, trust me, you don't want to do it in your organization or even in network marketing because somebody's going to catch you. Would you agree? Yeah. You better remember that, you little punk. So, yeah.
By the way, guys, if anyone's watching this and ever gets the chance to see Tom and Adrian on stage as a duel, like at both of them, go. I don't care if it's in like the south of Argentina, like it's impossible to get to. I don't know, just go because it's actually hilarious. And Adrian is way funnier than Tom as well. Like,
oh no! At the ANMP, I was walking out and Sean was the MC and this is the greatest thing. And they had a fruit bowl right there. And I walked out on the stage and Mr. Tightly Wound had his whole speech all dialed in. And I walked out and I had grabbed the banana off the bowl and I just stuck it in my pocket. And I walked out and I said, for those of you thinking this is a banana in my pocket. And it was the most unbelievably inappropriate, but funny thing I think I've ever done. And it was truly, and I don't know, anybody thinking that had any kind of innuendo to it, you're just a pervert. It was just, and then I ate the banana. It was awesome.
I actually think that Tom
walks over and hands me the peel.
Yeah.
On stage.
Oh, the peel. I think that Tom spends his entire day making everyone feel like a flipping superhuman. And then he gets to spend, a bit of time with Adrian a day, and he's like, it's time to unleash. It's time to unleash. Like, come here, here's the peel. And he just gets on with it. Like, you just do it. But honestly, you don't know how much just me seeing you guys together on screen makes me happy. It really does, because that was me and my dad when we were kind of in the trenches doing our thing and growing our business together. And it's just, that's what it's about, doing what you actually want to do.
My mom, God bless her, went to literally every AA birthday I had till she died. And, they cuss like crazy and they smoke like crazy in AA. And, she went to daily mass, and she'd come home from that and say, Tommy, those people are the most beautiful people I ever met in my life. And I understand why you go there every day. And I didn't get to take my mom to much in network marketing, but I got to take her to a lot of AA meetings. And it's very, very similar. And getting to share these important moments with my son is about as big as it can get. And I know what you're saying. And I want that for each and every one of you. I want you to have that kind of relationship with your parents. And Sean, your little boy, same deal out there. All of you. I watch little Dominic Worre's birthday was yesterday, and Marina was talking about that. And I look at Garrett McGrath and Liam and taking him everywhere. And it's such a beautiful thing, because every day in network marketing is taking your children to work day, and the life lessons they learn from your highs and your lows. I mean, I'll never forget. I'm going to just tell one fast story, because I always do. But I'll never forget. Courtney looked out the door one day and she said, Daddy, why are they taking the car? And I looked out the window, and the Jeep Wagoneer was being repossessed. And I went, oh, geez, Court, we don't like that car. We got to buy a beater. And so, because it had been got, he had no choice. But they saw phones get turned off. They saw what it took to make $1. And I'm going to go take your line in a minute, and I'm going to post it. I'll credit you about you want to step into the world of network of entrepreneurism. Step first into the world of network marketing, because you're going to get beat to a pulp, and you're probably going to fail. And it's going to be the best thing you ever did. And that's exciting. And that was such a valid point. And thank you for saying that, because this business takes brave, good people. Yep. If you're a fraud, you're going to get exposed sooner or later. And I love that about this, don't you?
It's everything. It's everything. And I learned one of the biggest lessons from my dad that I learned was when he had a bad day. Because we were a team, right? Like, it was a good day, we celebrate a good day. If it's a bad day, Dad tells us why it's a bad day. And I just remember one of the days he kind of came in and he was like, oh, it's been a tough day. Like, no one joined the team. Like, the business has gone back a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And I was probably only 8 or 9 years old. But I remember that day. I remember thinking, like, imagine if he had quit. Like, imagine if he'd actually quit and just gone, nah, I wouldn't be where I am if he'd quit. Because I'd be a quitter. And I wouldn't be in network marketing, because my dad would go, nah, don't do that network marketing thing. Remember, I tried it when you were a little kid, it didn't work. So the power of not quitting, and the power of getting your family involved in your dream, because a lot of people, they think their dream is to, give their kids the best life ever. That might be your dream. But what's your kid's dream? Like, actually ask your kid what their dream is. And because I believe if I was to ask my parent, that, like, my dad, like, what's your dream? And he would now say, to make you happy, whatever it is that you want, that's my dream. And you've got to ask the question to your kids, what do they want, so that that can be your dream, make them happy, and you'll be happy too. And I'm not a kid, I'm not even a parent, and I know that's what you got to do.
So we've got one last we've got one last question here. They want you to look in the camera with intensity and honesty and tell people what you actually think about contact mapping. Mm-hmm. I didn't write it.
You know what? It's probably the one question that I get asked every day, above others. How do I keep track of the people I'm talking to? And I think that's the wrong question to ask. And that's why I think a lot of people are failing out there. People are treating prospects like numbers on a board. They're treating them like the game of baseball, like, right, today we got a 7, and today I got a 0, and today. people aren't connected by numbers. People are connected with words and heart. And contact mapping is, it says it in the name. You are mapping a contact. You are blueprinting people. And I remember when I wanted to quit one day, and my dad said to me, Frazer, let's rob a bank. And he taught me a lesson of people are like banks. In order to find the vault and what's in the vault, you've got to blueprint people. You've got to figure out people, where they're based, what they do for a living, what they do in their spare time, what their ambitions and goals are. And I think, honestly, Tom and Adrian are two people who actually, they're doing what they're teaching. And I watched a video. I encourage you guys to go and follow the Contact Mapping Facebook page, because there's a brilliant video on there. And it's so sincere. There's no actors involved. It's just them talking about people that they met at an event. And not just, oh, I met a guy called Bob. I met a guy called Mary. They're not interested. They're not a prospect. It was, I met a guy called Bob Jones. Bob's a father of a wife called Marie and has 3 kids. And I'm watching the video thinking, this is unbelievable. How do they know this? And it's because of the tools and technologies that they've got available at Contact Mapping. So go to contactmapping.com. Forget FrazerBrooks.com. Forget that. It's not, nah. Go to contactmapping.com and go and get the app. You guys still have the free trial or not? Do you guys still have that?
Yeah.
Free trial it up, get that sorted, lock in at $10 a month. For anyone who can prove that they join Contact Mapping at $10 a month, if you send me a message, I will put you into a draw for a VIP upgrade ticket for the Success Summit 3 as well. And if you can't make the VIP, then I'll give you a live streaming ticket so you can be in the room virtually. But yeah, so we've got to compete against each other for value, right? We're not going to compare our testicle sizes. We're just going to compare what we can do from a value point of view. So do that. Let me know. Hey, if there's 3 people in the draw, then there's 3 people in the draw. So you got a 1 in 3 chance, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys.
I love you, and I will officially concede right now the testicle contest. We will see all you next week on the Tom Chenault Show. We love you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Oh, that's so tremendous.